All right. Hi, everyone. We are Team 6, Typhoid Fever Prevention and Community Protection. So let's start with what is typhoid? Typhoid is an illness that's caused by a bacterium called Salmonella typhi, and it spreads mainly from hand to oral contact. So whether that's from human waste getting on someone's body, unwashed hands, undercooked, or even unwashed food. And that's because all of these items I've just listed have very harmful bacteria. And when that bacteria makes it into your body, it starts to infect different parts of you and it works its way down through your system. Another problem that may cause typhoid is poor sanitation issues in a community. So that could be a lack of sewage systems, and now this waste and harmful water is making its way into crops through different irrigation methods. And now all this food is infected and people are eating it and wondering why they're getting sick. So we aimed to create a method to educate 50 children that will now be attending the newly built Leadership Initiative School in Bauchi. It's in a more rural area. And we've created a set of workshops to really teach them about what is typhoid, what does it look like, and what can we do to catch it early and prevent it. So we have a set of activities. We start with an interactive presentation. It's a more type of what do you know? And now let's see what you learned. We then move to a song. The facilitator will pick one and we'll learn more about the song later, but this is to build memory. We then created a hopscotch mat, which is going to be like an interactive game that the children can use every single day because it'll be donated to their school and it'll have typhoid prevention methods listed on it, as well as coloring pages that do the same purpose. So now let's meet our team. My name is Emily and I'll pass it on to everyone else.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Layla. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm a rising junior.
Hi, I'm Amrita. I'm from North Carolina, and I'm a rising junior.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm from Georgia, and I'm going to be a rising junior next year.
I'm Kaylee. I'm from Chicago, and I'm going to be a rising junior.
I'm Sophia. I'm from Maryland, and I'm going to be a rising junior.
Okay, so first, typhoid is like she said, like Emily said, typhoid is a disease passed from contact to your mouth, or it's just ingested orally, or the bacteria is ingested orally. So then it slowly from there spreads through your digestive system, causing a bunch of symptoms. So it starts in the throat, where it can cause a sore throat. It can cause just a bunch of different symptoms that are in the upper part of your body. And then as it moves through your body, it can also cause a myriad of symptoms like abdominal pain, diarrhea, constipation, etc. And currently there is a vaccine for typhoid, but it is only currently available in some countries. And the vaccine itself is actually only 40% effective, meaning that 40% of the time when you take a typhoid vaccine, then it actually prevents you from getting the disease. So some prevention methods are like just thoroughly cleaning your food, making sure that you're using clean water and soap when you wash your hands, and just making sure that you boil water so that it ends up being clean for when you cook things.
Okay, so with cooking food and washing your fruits and veggies thoroughly, like Chris said, this allows for them to be properly sanitized and safe to eat. While keeping sanitization in mind, enhancements of certain infrastructures, like maybe like a sewage system, with a thoroughly working sewage system, it allows to keep a clean environment and it maintains that clean environment. In addition, easier access to clean water and filtered water lowers the risk of even getting typhoid in the first place. We can achieve this with the help of the government by implementing governmental regulations and creating laws that will be designed to decrease the spread in typhoid. So basically, to sum up, good hygiene is an important factor needed to avoid typhoid.
So our method of action was to focus our interventions on students at schools in Bauchi. We focused on this younger audience because not only are they one of the more susceptible groups to typhoid, they're also more impressionable. So they'll more easily accept our emphasis on prevention as opposed to their older counterparts like their parents who will have been accustomed to having typhoid in their lives. Our first activity is a classroom-based presentation. This will inform students of the importance of hand washing as well as the hand-to-mouth spread of typhoid fever. Then students will be introduced to a hopscotch game set that has been customized to show different prevention methods. Students will sing a chant as well as as well as these prevention methods, and this will help them commit everything to memory and make sure that they carry on in their daily lives. Finally, we are donating coloring pages that depict even more methods so that they will also further carry on after we leave. We hope that these educational activities make an impact on informative education on typhoid available at schools in Bauchi.
Community workshop, my favorite part. As she said before, children are very susceptible to typhoid fever because, well, they're still young, so their immune system is still developing. And also because we are the future right now, but once we're old and gray, then they will be the future, right? Your silence is telling me wrong. Right, it's right. So our targeted audience is young children and hopefully in the school. And our first exercise is the interactive presentation. So it's less a presentation of a lecture and more of a discussion where the kids get to apply what they learned at the end and with the other activities in the workshop. So the instructor, the one who will be speaking to the children, because we want this presentation to be oral since we don't know if they have access to put up a presentation, we'll give them a script and they will be able to translate it into Hausa and be able to have a discussion with the children on ways to prevent it, how it spreads, and just how it's transmitted and how to treat it.
Hand washing is one of the best and easiest ways to prevent getting any infectious diseases like typhoid. We wanted to find an activity that would properly teach these kids how to wash their hands, but also not bore them. The facilitator prior to the presentation chose and taught these kids a song in Hausa. This song will help them understand the proper duration of time for washing their hands and proper duration needed to successfully protect themselves against any germs. So this activity not only would like help them be like interactive like with each other, but it would also like help them remember, and it would like they could remember it just like when they're washing their hands, they could sing the song, so they would always have it like in their memory.
Okay, our next activity in the workshop would be a hopscotch game. So we designed this hopscotch mat that would be donated to the school, and a game which would promote prevention methods for typhoid while having fun. And the mat contains several images that display typhoid prevention methods such as hand washing, properly cooking food, using sanitized toilets, and visiting the doctor. And now Chris is going to demonstrate.
So if anybody knows how to play hopscotch, it's a children's game where you jump in a series of rows, alternating between 1 and 2 feet. And as you can see by the pictures on the hopscotch mat, they're kind of a guide to what you want to say in order to like repeat a mantra as you're jumping to make it more engaging and to help children remember how to properly use these prevention methods. So for example, if you're jumping on the second row, you can see a wash hands and a toilet. So like, for example, because to get there, you have to jump twice, you would say wash hands. And then you could do that for a number of the other squares. And these would probably be translated into Hausa as well. Yeah.
All right. And then our final activity is going to be kind of a wind down activity because now these kids have gotten all their energy out. They've played hopscotch for about 20 minutes or so, and now they understand this game. And now we're going to give them these coloring sheets. The coloring sheets match our same idea as they're shown up here. One shows washing your hands properly and using soap. The other shows washing your food before cooking. Both of these practices get rid of harmful germs that could be either on your hands and then you go to eat or that are already on these foods. Our final one shows a little girl and she's playing hopscotch. So every time these children color these coloring pages, they can think of the new game that they just learned and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I want to go play hopscotch again and I want to practice my typhoid prevention methods. Another bonus to this is that these coloring sheets are going to be taken home to their families so they can go home and show their siblings and be like, look what I learned today. I learned about typhoid. I learned how to keep all of us healthy and safe. And then the leftovers of our coloring utensils and our coloring pages will be donated to the school to be used in the future. The final and last benefit is that there's no words on either of our coloring sheets or our hopscotch mat. So there will be no language barriers when these games are being played, and the scripts and words and phrases that can be used can be translated into any language necessary.
Okay, so this is our itemized budget. So the hopscotch mat we expect will take around $250 of our budget. And so we only have one of those that the school will hopefully use and use again. We have, so it's about 10 cents to print each sheet of paper, each sheet of coloring paper. And we have 3 designs for the coloring paper. So that will be, we want to have 100 sheets of paper for each design. So that will take about $30. And then we expect that it will take $5 for each box of crayons. So we've decided to allocate our funds to 40 boxes of crayons so that they can color in the sheets for a grand total of $480. And right here is a diagram of our hopscotch mat. So you can see it's a 3 feet by 12 feet mat. And it is going to be made of a sustainable material, hopefully made locally, so that it can also be remade and made again.
Okay, so just to recap, these are our 4 products that we will use to distribute in our workshops, our 3 coloring books and our mat. So we kind of took some advice that Dr. Angel gave us when choosing our 3rd coloring page. She taught us that in order to get your point across to a certain community or specific community, they kind of had to like relate to you. So, you know, like say you're talking about something and it's like, oh, that relates to me. Like, oh, let me listen and turn my head and like, you know, listen to what they have to say. So instead of choosing like maybe like a coloring page or like someone with like straight hair, this kind of relates to maybe like resembles kids in Bauchi. And, you know, she has curly hair, maybe that looks like them. So they might like, you know, have more fun with it. Along with our hopscotch mat, this is designed and created specifically by us. And yeah, here's a resources page and thank you.
Oh, okay, that guys, well done and congratulations. That is quite beautiful and explicit for me. All the games are easy, and I like the fact that you'll be implementing this in an LI supported school. So there is no issue of entry or permission and stuff like that. You're already working there, and you'll be happy to learn and continue to benefit from these initiatives of LI. Thank you, guys.
Hi guys, very good job on your presentation. I like the fact that Emily started at the beginning and she kind of gave us an outline of what to expect. That kind of made me be like, okay, what's going to happen? I don't know if you guys like that, but I did. But that's a personal preference. I just like to know what I'm getting myself into. And you all did really well explaining all of those activities in detail. Very good job. I like the coloring pages and I like the hopscotch. It would be good to have an instruction manual with the hopscotch as well, or to change the name to something, and I don't know the answer to this idea, by the way, but to change the name to something that is like more northern. It's not a strange game because I did play it when I was young, but I didn't call it hopscotch. we use like chalk and we use stones to throw it somewhere and then you would jump. Maybe I know that it's the same idea, but now I know that it's hopscotch. So find like a more northern term to call it. I didn't expect you to know the answer, but I'm just saying going forward with that as well. And then I also like the fact that you said that it's culturally relevant, which is true, and that they're actual just pictures. That way it's really open to scale up, which is very important in public health. You don't just want something that can only exist in Bauchi. That means if it's something that works, you could really pitch it to the Ministry of Education and it could scale it up to other states in the country without even doing any extra job because you have no words on it. So that's great. Good job, and you should be proud of yourselves. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Team 6. They have said most of what I already wrote down. Your second activity, can you please just quickly go back to the second activity? I forgot why. Hand washing. Was it hand washing? Your second activity. Hand washing song. Amazing, amazing idea. I think there was something similar for brushing your teeth and how long you should take to brush your teeth. It's actually one of the most important aspect of hand washing, as well as the most commonly neglected, because a lot of people know the steps to wash their hands. They know the soaps they should use, but they do not know how long. So this song, attaching it to how long you should wash your hand, it's extremely helpful. Extremely. And it's a very good reminder for those people. It's amazing. All your ideas were amazing, amazing. This hopscotch is a very common game in Nigeria, whole of Nigeria. We all have played it. I just wasn't sure how you start it. Like she said, you need a manual, because how we used to do it, you have a stone and you throw it in the first tile or the first block, and then you jump away from the stone. Okay, so how do you intend to go about this? Yes, the picture's there and all. So I would have loved to see this user manual as to how the game goes about and what are your rules actually. But it is a good one. Okay. And the coloring sheet, amazing. I always say it, kids love to color. Some adults even, I know I do it. Sometimes I see my nieces or my nephew's coloring book and I just don't know when I start doing it. Okay, because it's fun. So all your ideas are simple, straight to the point, implementable. That's something people are already aware of. So it's really a wonderful one. Well done, well done, well done. And like she said, you should be proud. You have saved a life today and you are going to save much more. Congratulations.